Joining us right now is Dr. Abhishek Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, first of all, if you could explain to our viewers what exactly was the plea of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and what did you learn from the court?
Sanket, the first and most important takeaway, especially in the context of this great, gratuitous, unasked for advice coming our way for the last week, 10 days, both from supposedly eminent lawyers and supposedly eminent journalists who claim to know about the law. And I don't mean you, certainly not you. The first takeaway is a clear, deliberate abstention by the complainant today. I'm not for a moment suggesting that he is obliged to be there today, but abstention so as to generate further delay. The abstention led to the requirement for the court to issue a notice, which could have been saved had he been present today. He knew very well the case is listed today, and the record is already frozen in the trial court. Nevertheless, given the holidays of Easter and other weekend, etc., the judge has been careful to say, number one, that you must file your reply by 10th, Mr. Complainant. Second, that the matter will be heard on 13th. I, unfortunately, am predicting, and I'd be happiest if I'm proved wrong, that you will find further delaying tactics, whether by not filing a reply on 10th or seeking time on 13th. And I'll be happy if I'm proved wrong. Second, we hope and trust that shortly after 13th, this matter is decided one way or the other. It's only an interim matter. It's a stay of conviction matter. It's not the final appeal being heard. Number three, today what you saw was only a stay of sentence granted on the first day itself on 23rd, being continued by the court, which is a separate issue. And that now continues so that Rahul Gandhi is not under any form, any incarceration.
Dr. Singhvi, let's address the first issue first, where you said that there are many people advising in to you and as well as the Congress party. Many of your colleagues in your profession seem to be suggesting that there was a delay in moving court, in appealing in a court, and not exercising these options earlier.
Yeah, let me explain. The judgment is 23rd. Today is the 4th. Between 23rd and 4th, there are 2 weekends. That is, whatever is the time, say 9-10 days, minus 4. Effective working days are 6. Let's count all 10 days. In 10 days, a 170-page judgment in Gujarati, but more than the judgment, which these people forget, is evidence in Gujarati, pleadings in Gujarati. It is to be not only translated, but the man who's to draft it and move it in court today has to read it and then make grounds of appeal. Yes, it could be done 3 days earlier, 3 days later. But I was very amused to find so-called eminent lawyers telling us that I would have filed an appeal in 2 hours. I would have got it listed in 4 hours. I would very humbly do pronouns to them and say, look, we don't have the capacity to file appeals without reading papers or arguing without seeing the papers. We don't have the capacity to file appeals in 2 hours, 4 hours, or 2 days. Secondly, Sanket, please ask yourself the question, what would it have mattered had we filed the appeal in 5 days or 6 days? How does it matter? As far as disqualification had to happen, it happened in 3 to 4 days. Again, I hasten to say, I am not suggesting that the disqualification could not have been done. I understand that as long as there's a conviction, disqualification can be done any day after conviction. But the fact that it can be done does not mean it should be done or must be done. There is no law which says you shall do it within 2 days. You could easily have given 4-5 days reasonable time to file the appeal. That having not been done, in any case, whether we file the appeal on the 5th day, 6th day, 7th day or 10th day, and certainly nobody can file an appeal like this in less than 4 to 5 days, the disqualification has happened. So it's a red herring argument.
You know, I'll come to this point on disqualification. But Dr. Singhvi, another point is being made by yes.
1 minute. The moment you get a stay of conviction, anyway disqualification will go. So then what's the problem?
So you feel that there is a delay, and it is being done on purpose because of an absence.
Talk about today onwards. Today, the complainant could have been present, time could have been saved about filing a reply, etc. Nevertheless, the judges said you must file by 10th. I hope I am wrong, but I expect that again there will be further delay. Today also an attempt clearly was made for delay by the complainant. That's what I said.
Okay, Dr. Singhvi, another point, the BJP has said that Congress leaders had gone there to pressurize the judiciary and even threaten investigation agencies. And that is why this in the name of Solidarity March, creating quote-unquote tamasha.
I heard that statement by the law minister, and but for the fact that it comes from a constitutional post holder as high as the law minister, it should not be dignified with a reply. It's a laughable statement. Here are BJP persons advising the leader, the former president and leader of a political party, as to who should accompany him. 3 of the people who accompanied him were constitutional post holders of the same rank as the law minister who gave this unasked, unsolicited advice. They are not interlopers or strangers. Whoever else goes with him, including these chief ministers, there is no demonstration, there is no obstruction, there is no decorum disturbance, there is no violation of any fixed system of governance in courts. And here is the BJP advising us. This is the same law minister and the BJP which seems to think that there should be no basic structure theory in the country. They're the same people who say that in the existing, without changed law of collegium, 1 member should be of the government. And having gagged Rahul Gandhi in and out of parliament on threats of privilege, on threats of disruption, not threats, actual disruption unless you first apologize, they now want to regulate his right of association and movement, with whom he associates and with whom he moves. India's oldest political party has its leaders coming together with the former president, and BJP starts having stomach aches. I find it, as I said, not worth a dignity of a reply, but for the fact that the law minister is the one who has said it.
All right. Dr. Abhishek Singhvi, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.